Yo, what's up, bro?
What's up, bro? How are
Happy Monday and Merry Christmas and all that.
you? Happy New Year's, the whole thing.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see how many people we get on here this morning. I personally, for me, I've kind of shut down trading for the year, but I see
Yeah,
there's been quite a few stuff happening with the the silver market, bro.
silver. Yeah,
So yeah, what's your take on that? How's everything been your side? In December, you're also kind of slowing things down until the new
yeah,
year.
yeah. Of course. I'm not really expecting to take any trades today. Honestly, I'll just pull up my screen so we have something to look at here.
Sure.
Um,
Yeah, let's get your screen shared.
ES. If you look at so
There you go.
there it is.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so I'll just make this a little bit bigger. All right, so we have this new indicator. It's called HTF candles, high time frame candles, and what it does is it pretty much allows you to see higher time frame candles that you're like from the chart that you're on. So I'm on a 5-minute chart on ES right now, and I can see the 15, 30, 1 hour, and 4 hour candles. I can see the last three of each of them, and you can make this the last five. It doesn't really matter, but you could choose. So obviously, right now the trend is extremely bearish, at least over the last 4 hours, and so I'm not expecting anything crazy today because it's December 29th and like you have to expect extremely low volume, extremely like weird price action. So I'm not expecting anything too crazy to be honest. Like I'm not looking to take a trade. If I do end up taking a trade, it'll be like super light size and I'll just be like trying to capitalize on a small move to be honest.
Sure.
But let me just refresh quick. So ES and NQ side by side here. This is NQ to the left for anyone who's new, ES to the right. I will make this a bit bigger here.
Yeah, pretty big move down overnight so far. We got NVDA
Yeah,
down 1.5%, Tesla down as well.
yeah. And if you look right now, the gap size is almost 0.8%. So there was no news, right? There was no news overnight. Like nothing
No,
that,
probably just something with the silver market impacting
yeah,
stocks.
let's pull that up actually. SI.
So I
So if you
don't think
guys
I've
don't know
ever
the ticker on silver, the futures are SI. So if we go to the daily chart, I'll go to a monthly chart first.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy. There was one run in the 80s. Then there was another run in after 2008 to 2011.
Yep.
And then it's pretty much sat at like 1620-ish up until really the run started in April. I
Yeah.
mean, maybe not in April, but like in June. That's when we've had these like consecutive green monthly candles. So
Sure.
May through December, we've had those green candles. So I mean, it could go higher. It also could not. Like if you're looking to enter now, I would be very skeptical of entering now, to be honest. If you look at the weekly candle now, there was a gap up and a like on the weekly time frame, a gap up, and then just an absolute reversal here. Let me put my coffee down and I'll measure this out. So gap up and then now down 10% from the open of this candle and then down almost 13% from the high and the whole candle range is 14%. So it's like a pretty significant move. And I'll just add in volume here. And yeah, kind of weird. The elevated volume really came in. Oh, no, that's yeah, the most recent elevated volume since 2024, the highest was October of this year, but there was still some
Yep.
consolidation at that time. So, I mean, listen, I think that anyone who was like, "I knew it," like, you can't just, like, randomly predict a move of 70% on a commodity that's been literally sitting in a range for 20 years or 10 years.
Sure.
I mean, it really has been sitting in the like below, like all of the price action since the 80s has been pretty much sub $30, besides this here, which was probably, I'll go to a monthly chart quick. So sub 30, besides 3 months in the 80s, and then probably like 3 years in the 2000s, in the mid 2010s. And
Yeah.
then outside of those, like, call it 3 years, it's been sub 30. So anyone who's like, I knew gold was going to go from 30 to 85, be careful with what the advice that they give you. But yeah, let's look
Yeah,
at
it has
platinum
been.
too. Yeah, platinum is just absolutely ripping as well on the monthly. If we go to a daily, same thing. So there's something also that I want to highlight here on the daily time frame. I'll go to, let's go to silver. And what I'm going to do here is on TradingView, if you click compare, you can compare a symbol. So I'm going to go to BTC. And I'm going to do same percentage scale. Okay. So this blue line is Bitcoin.
Yep.
So what we're doing is we're comparing the performance here. So if you look since, I mean, that's not really fair, but I'll like give it a little bit of time here. Like this is a really easy way to see what assets will outperform each other. You go on TradingView, you go to the asset you want to look at. So silver, you click this plus button, and then you put in same percentage scale. And then when you do that, you're going to get them overlapping. So, and then when you zoom, like the more you zoom in, you're going to see from the start of the period on your chart to the most recent candle, which one is outperforming. So obviously, if you look at right now, clearly Bitcoin's down huge and silver is up huge. So they will swap. But if you look like outside of just this year, a lot of people will say, oh, like for example, there was this super, if you go to, I think it was I don't know when the period was. There was like some period where they're like, oh, if you look exactly at this point, like year to date, if you compare GC to BTC, they're like, yeah, it's outperforming like crazy. And they're like, oh, Peter Schiff was right, or whatever that guy's name is. And I'm like, dude,
Sure.
like if you need to zoom out a little bit more. Like there is a, like, and right here you can see, even going back 2023, like it's pretty rare that gold actually outperforms Bitcoin. Like like even going back to 2014, it doesn't
Yeah.
outperform. So the more you zoom in,
No,
like
some pretty wild news.
yeah.
It's been
But like
crazy. Yeah.
like there are certain periods where it'll outperform, but like net like over time, like it doesn't outperform. Like this year, of course, without question, it did. But like I don't know, I'm it's pretty tough to be. Let's go to platinum one sec. I'm gonna go to platinum, and I'm gonna compare GC. And then silver. Okay, so I'll make this gold. And I'll make this gray. Okay, so platinum versus silver versus gold. If you look, actually silver has been performing, wow, platinum's actually kind of doing well against the other two. Outperforming gold for sure. But if you look back, gold is obviously the orange one, silver is the gray one, and then the actual candle chart is platinum. But if you look, silver is like, honestly, I'm a little bit surprised at how well it's done. Like it's like almost outperforming. Hold on. Yeah, year to date, outperformed gold as of right now. So did platinum outperform gold. Wow.
Yeah.
That's something you don't hear, honestly.
Sure.
In the last 5 years, silver has outperformed platinum and gold. Wow. Interesting. I did not know that, actually.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, this. Yeah, so that's pretty wild, bro.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild. Yeah, what's up, guys? First time visit. Looking forward to learning. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not going to be trading much right now, personally. For me, if I do find something, maybe I'll put on light size. But we are getting quite a big overnight moves on a lot of these stocks.
Yeah.
Just something on ES that I'm looking at. Looking at. If we just switch to my screen over here as well. So if we just go to the 15-minute time frame. So this is an indicator from edgeful, and you can also get you can get them on the left-hand side, right? So if you go over here on the left-hand side, I don't know if am I logged in. We'll have to see. Yeah.
There it is.
Bottom left over there, trading view indicator access. Okay. So what I'm just seeing over here is we are respecting previous week's highs, which is that green line coming across the screen. Okay. Which was obviously created on literally Friday on the 26th. There was obviously no trading on Christmas. I would see if we continue falling back towards those previous week's lows, which is 6,900 on ES, which is another 47 points lower. Normally, what I do see is when we do respect those previous week's highs, we do end up coming back down like that. So we're sitting at last week's VWAP. So gonna be interesting to see what we do get. We've got the open now in less than a minute and a half.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm seeing from a high time frame perspective, and then same as NQ. We've got an NQ as well. So let that come up. There we go. So same thing on NQ, how we coming off of it and trading now. We actually closer to the previous week's lows on NQ. We at 600, 25,600. So that's just what I am seeing. But it's going to be interesting. We have been buying dips on the indexes recently too. So yeah, like every single time it comes down, we end up bidding back higher.
Yo, just 1 second before the market opens here. Can you pull up? I'll pull up my screen quick.
Yeah.
What do you think about Oracle on the daily time frame?
Let's have a look. Oracle on the daily time frame.
I have it up right now. Down 45% right now off all-time highs.
Yeah, it is bouncing, but it's bouncing off those lows, but we are still trading well underneath that 200 EMA. But yeah, I mean, not a bad place to buy with non-leveraged.
Yeah, long term.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull back up. So just so you guys know, first-time watchers, on the left I have NQ, on the right I have ES. I have two indicators. Actually, just remove that. I really have two indicators on the chart right now. Neither of them are. Oh wow. Neither of them have buy or sell signals. They're not like typical what you think of indicators. I will start with this one. So you guys see these candles here. What this does for anyone who just joined, what they do is they plot out higher time frame candles on your chart. So you don't have to have like 8 charts open. You can just have, like, I'm on the 5-minute chart on ES and NQ right now, and I can see the last 3 15-minute candles, 30, 1 hour, and 4 hour candles. If I go to customize this, I can actually just shut up. Like, let's say 4 hours is just too high and I don't want that on my screen. You can actually just shut off the 4 hour candle and it'll go away. So now you can say I only have 3. You can change what actually displays in here. So like 1 hour, you can change to like literally anything in terms of the candle time frame. And then what's nice is that if you're like, okay, I want to see more 15-minute candles, I can just change this to be 5, and then you're going to see right over here. Now it's the last 5 15-minute candles. So you can really customize it. But like since I built this, I have it up always on all my charts because I'm like, okay, the 4 hours bearish, 1 hour is bearish, 30 minutes bearish. Like, okay, this is in confluence with my short or whatever else. So I have this up pretty much at all times now. And it's not released in edgeful yet, but I'm kind of debating whether to put it in the base plan and like really beef up that base. Like we have 40 indicators that are part of the base plan right now. And I'm looking to build out some more like really premium ones. So I'm not sure if we're going to put this one in the base plan or in the like the premium algo plan. But yeah, we might just like evolve the algo plan to be a premium plan that has algos with it. And then the premium plan will also come with like really sophisticated trading view indicators that will, to be clear, they're not going to have like buy and sell signals on there, but really sophisticated indicators that are like actually useful.
Yeah, getting a little bit pop on the open here.
Yeah.
On ES. Yeah, Apple's flipped green, NVIDIA down 2%. So that's something to be aware of.
Yeah, NVIDIA flushing, Apple popping, Google popping, Broadcom giant wick to the downside here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kowalski is saying that there are other versions of it that exist right now. Streaming video system, I haven't actually published this yet, so just keep that in mind. But Kowalski, we're going to be building on top of it. So I know that there are other versions, and I see people use it. That was actually when I've seen other people use it, it's made me want to use it. I think that we'll end up putting this specific one in the regular plan, and then I'll show you guys in a little bit. Actually, I can show you now. Actually, so I built this other one that had a dashboard in it. Like it actually had like a chart on top of your like trading chart. But I'm not sure if you guys have noticed, TradingView has been pushing a lot of updates, and pretty much whatever update that they pushed broke the indicators. So now I have a new version that I'm building. But I think there's going to be a lot of like in terms of the premium indicators, I was thinking about, and I'm curious what you guys think. Indicators that have alerts in them. So for example, like the orb, you can be alert, like you can send an alert to your phone, to your email, to your like TradingView app, like, okay, like price broke the orb high, price has touched like the 0.5 extension, price has like the opening candle is green or whatever. And you can be like alerted to your email, to your phone, to your TradingView app. And that was an idea that would just be, it wouldn't be like the only thing that would make the premium indicators, but it would be part of the premium indicators.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, James, would you use the alerts?
Yeah, I like the alerts. I like that VWAP, the one that you were speaking about as well.
Yeah, I'm building that one too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also, I'm going to do something quick. Yeah. If you can just pull up your screen, just one sec, James.
Yeah.
I'm just going to pull something up quick.
Let's go like this. So this is what I was speaking about this morning. We are trading beneath previous days lows on NVIDIA. So this is obviously something to pay attention to. When NVIDIA is trading lower, we normally will get a follow through on the indexes. So it's tough to be looking for longs on ES and NQ personally. That's what I'm seeing. So that is just something I'm watching at the moment. But yeah, we are getting a pop on the open. Yeah. NASDAQ also back up above the 700s, 727 trading at right now. Yeah, good to have you guys on that are watching for the first time. So André and I do this live every single Monday and Friday. We'll be on Friday as well. Again, as I said, like not much trading my side, but I think just something that I wanted to show you guys is what I use every single day with edgeful is the screener. So if you go on the screener, if you hit the left-hand side and you go all, and then you make sure that daily bias is ticked on. Okay.
Yeah.
And this will give you a rough outline in terms of the opening candle continuation, the RB by rejection in the previous day's range, what you should be looking for. The best thing to do, I like to look for, is if you switch this to after the first hour. You could customize this to the first 30 minutes as well. First hour is normally what I have mine saved on. So that's normally what I typically look for. But that will give you a great outline in terms of what it's what bias is the data printing for that day.
Perfect that you brought that up, because I'm going to share my screen now.
Yeah, we are getting quite a big bounce here. Look at the NASDAQ taking off.
Look what I have.
There you go.
I have the version of what's in play that I've been talking about for I don't know how long. So what we see here, I'm going to filter this down a little bit. But so what do we see here? I have 4 tickers in here selected. I have ES, NQ, YM, RTY. I'll uncheck YM and RTY for a second, so it's a little bit simpler. I have all my reports selected. So let's just say I'm going to unselect them. I'm going to look at gap fill by weekday, gap fill, and then gap fill by weekday. I'll look at IB by rejection, ICT by weekday, IB. I'm going to look at, I'll put in inside bars, opening candle, outside days. Okay, so I have 10 reports that I've selected in here. We allow you to pick the by weekday and the by size and the regular. It's up to you. We don't really care which one you pick. If you want it to be more specific, you can. But now what we have is 7 reports in play on ES and NQ. What we see is that outside days by weekday, when there's been a bearish outside day on Mondays, every single one of them has reversed. So if I click on the view details here, you can see, and this is in the internal environment, so let me just double check that the actual stats in here are correct, because that outside days by weekday. Okay, yeah, so it's only one. So that's why I wanted to check, because I saw that it said only one in here. But what this means is in the last 6 months, when ES opens below Friday's low, and it's literally about to happen right now, you want to target Friday's low.
Yeah.
And what we're going to see literally right now live is that when price touches, and I'm going to go to my ultimate reversal setup indicator, when price touches this red line, that is an outside day reversal. So that's, in this case, we need to fix this. We need to fix that. But pretty much this is telling you, so you don't actually have to figure it out yourself, that the ES outside days by weekday has a very strong long bias. We need to add the target in here, actually. Hold on. So the reason I have this up right now is because I need to make sure it works properly. And one second. Okay, so this will tell you the target. It's just not, it's actually over here, but it also needs to be over here. But it's going to tell you, okay, this report for this ticker is setting up right now. You want to be looking at this. You can also filter for specific thresholds of the data, so of the results of what you're seeing. So in this case, let me just lower this down. Like gap fill by weekday, for example, or whatever else, like these are not as high probability. Like, do you want to remove them, right? Like, so you can leave it at 65, and then you can have only the reports that are set up right now, 65% and higher. You can also go to all right over here, and you can still have it to 65% or higher. So now I have all the reports included here. But based on the live data, what you can see is that NQ, bearish outside day, 100% of them have reversed. Now you want to go see some details on that. You click on view details. Again, it's only one. Keep that in mind. It's only one, but you can see that that one time has reversed. Now that, let's just check here with my ultimate reversal setup. That would be this red line. It's just touching that previous session's low, which is that Friday's low. So pretty much as like a tool to tell you what reports are actually setting up right now, this new what's in play is going to be exactly what you want to go to. It's going to be right over here in your sidebar. It's not live currently, but it will be soon. perhaps today, depending on some of these different, like making sure everything works, obviously. But yeah, does anyone have any questions about that? James, do you have any questions about that?
That's pretty cool, bro. I'm looking forward to it. There's always that. The thing I like about edgeful is always updating and making it more user friendly. The user interface you are.
Yeah. So again, gap fill by size today, it will automatically group the gap size for today, and it'll say gaps down between 0.4 and 0.69% have filled 88% of the time. Again, you can see how many times it's happened right over here. So gap down 8 times. The the colors are a little bit odd. Because I'm just thinking now, it's actually gap down not filled.
Yeah, on ES.
So should we change the colors? Give me a second. Okay, so there is definitely a couple things we need to fix here in terms of the labels and everything else. But the idea, and this is why it's not live yet, but the idea is it will just tell you these reports are the ones you want to focus on. In this case, let's just ignore the little issue that we have with the labels here, but you're going to see gap fill percentage is this. Gap fill, here's your bias, here's your target, whatever else. So as we scroll down, I'll go to, in this case, outside days. You're going to see the same thing, bearish outside day reversal. Your bias is long on NQ. This has happened. This is the regular outside days, not by weekday. It's going to tell you there's been 14 bearish outside days in the last 6 months. Of those, 10 of them have reversed. That's 71% of the time. Price will come up to touch that previous session's low. That in this case today, that would be that Friday's low. So expecting that push upside. Monday is also very bullish typically. And as we scroll down, obviously the IB is not formed. The opening candle is not formed. The orb will be formed in just a minute. But what we have here is the forming section. You can leave this closed. You can leave it open. It doesn't really matter. But all of these obviously are not formed yet. So you need to wait that first hour. Once these form, they will move up to the in play section. So you'll be able to see that as well.
Yeah, we're coming back down quite hard on YM. I'm just watching that in the background.
Yeah, ES is definitely weaker than NQ2.
Yeah.
All right. Can you just pull up your screen one sec so I can make a note of these?
Tell Alec.
Yeah.
There you go. So what I'm seeing here on YM, look how we bounce, and now we are trading actually underneath opening range. Opening range low has actually been broken on YM. As I said, I could easily see this, at least also on YM, actually trading back down today. So that's something that I'm looking at for potential plays. We'll see how we do react here at this level. But we are trading underneath previous days lows. ES also looking pretty bearish too. So yeah, we're not, as I said, NVDA trading lower. So we just keep our eyes fixed on that. How do you add a report to what's in the play screen?
The one that I will show you in a second.
Yeah, sure.
Let me I'm trying to make a note of this so I can get it fixed.
Yep.
But that version that I just showed you is not live yet.
Yeah. So as I said, I think wine could definitely, if wine gives me something like this, so I've got the 5-minute time frame up over here. If wine gives me something like this, I will look to short that personally. I do like the continuation plays at the moment. So we're bouncing off opening range low there. So just be careful of just getting in too early, especially on days like this. We can see big moves. I mean, silver's been, definitely silver's been something to note, because that could definitely move markets. I was actually reading a few of the futures traders that are, like PAX and stuff like that online, saying they do think that that you could see some big moves on the indexes to the downside. Because of that. You got it up there. I'm just watching YM for potential shorts. NQ as well.
Yeah, really pretty nasty wicks to the top side here.
Yeah, NQ. Look at that. Still inside the opening range, so we'll still watch. If NVDA starts to topple, over as well, we could definitely see a big move down. Like, look at that, NVIDIA respecting its pre-market highs up at 188.
Yeah. All right, I'll pull my screen back up. All right, so there's a question about adding reports to your what's in play. And you literally just go to like the select reports on the side, and then you're going to see them all right here. And you can unselect all, so you can pick only the ones that you want. So green and red days by weekday, if I were to put that in here. And just so you guys know, this is why we need to test things. And this is why it's not live yet. So okay, so let's pretend that I'm picking something other than green and red days by weekday. Let's pick another one. Let's do previous days range, right? Okay, previous days range. Now I just added it in here. I have one report in here, and you can see I only have one second.
Yeah, NVIDIA doesn't look bullish at the moment. That's for sure.
One second.
I think I'm taking a short on it.
Okay, so well, thankfully this is not live because there are definitely things that we need to fix. So the way that it will work is that you just select in this dropdown gap fill by weekday, gap fill by size, whatever other reports you want, and then they'll automatically be filtered in and out based on what's actually forming today, right? So we have here, I removed my data filter, so it's from 0 to 100. It doesn't really matter what's actually in here, meaning that you can see if we go to YM gap fill, which I'll pull up right now on my actual edgeful.
No.
Gap fill.
I've taken a short on YM. Stop.
Look at this guy. Didn't want to trade, and now he's
small size. I'm on the desk. I might as well take a position that's setting up.
Yeah, it looks pretty solid right now.
Yeah, I'm just taking that pullback. We've broken opening range.
Short, you said?
Yeah, short. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that short. Hard rejection.
Yeah, so I've got two edgeful plays that are in my favor. One, we've taken out the previous day's lows. So on YM, if we can just go to the report on that, actually, let's show you the report on that. So I can go like this. Let's just get my screen up. So that previous day's range report, where's it up? Yeah. Okay, and my advice for you guys that going into 2026 is not to look at a bunch of reports. Just use a couple, right? That makes sense for you. That's always my goal, with trading, is to keep it as simple as possible. But if we go to YM and we look at, let's just get it up, that previous day's range report. Now, I always like to look at the extended market hours, so I'm always looking from that perspective.
Yeah.
I know some guys like to look at the New York session, but let's look at the extended market hours. So wait for it to load. Yeah, I don't know if my internet is being slow today or what it is, but wait for it to load. Yeah, get it up. There you go. So if we take out the previous day's lows in the last 6 months, 63% of the time we close red. We can actually go year to date, which would obviously almost be a full year. And that is 60%. So obviously leaning towards the longs because we have been moving higher this year. That just makes sense. But
yeah,
I'm taking this retest. We're trading underneath the New York session VWAP. So I use VWAP in the opening range with the edgeful reports. We're trading underneath that New York session VWAP. We're kind of retesting it now. So I would like a move back down to the downside. And then that white dotted line is that previous day's lows, which we are taking out. What I do like, if you just go back to the hourly time frame like this, we are trading off of previous week's highs. And I did say at the start of the stream that I could see a move back down towards previous week's lows. We do have a bigger move on YM that could happen back down to those lows, which would be like 300 points. Yeah. 300, 400 points, basically. So that's my thought process on this trade right now.
Yeah.
I do like the location of it. So that's, if I'm on the desk, I'm going to take something, bro. We all degens at heart.
Yeah. As long as it's with good size, that's it. That's all.
Exactly. Yeah. Nothing serious. I've been speaking about this on my pre-market prep streams that I took a nice payout with two prop firms to 17th of December, 18th of December. And then
beautiful.
I locked them up. I'm not trading those funded accounts because those, I've got like $20,000, $30,000 in drawdown on what I mean is drawdown to play with on those accounts. I'm not going to make some nice money in the next, couple months, whatever, how long I hold on to those accounts. I'm not going to mess those up.
Yeah.
So,
no, of course.
So just trading a personal account on this trade over here.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah. So my entry is at 865, 866.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see a question. Can we add Asian range breakout to what's in play? Let me think about that. So one of the things that I'm going to explain something. Okay. So, for example, if you look at the consecutive bars report on the current what's in play, it'll tell you what is the current streak and what is the max streak, whatever else, right? It'll just tell you the number. It'll give you information. The new what's in play, this format doesn't work. And what I mean by that is there's no percentage. So we removed it from the new what's in play. The reason we removed it is because obviously it can't rank in here. So like we need to sort it by something. We can't just have it say like 1 or 5 or whatever. Like it doesn't fit into the model. So for example, this we removed. So that's how, by just so you guys know, the criteria that we're using to include or exclude certain reports is going to be whether it has a percentage to go from. So if I just hide that, I'm going to go over here. Let's go to the Asian range breakout. So yeah, I think that we could add it. I'm not sure how it'll actually end up working because we do have like the pre-market hours and then the market hours and then post-market hours. It'll be interesting because this goes across multiple sessions. So that's the only thing that we'll have to figure out how it works, because when you're outside of the New York session for the what's in play now, it'll nothing display, like it'll just say like we're in pre-market, market opens in this time. So maybe the way that we'll do it is that at the start of the New York session, it'll look for where the first close was, and then it'll give you the bias based on that. I think that's actually a pretty good idea. Hold on one second. How's the trade going, James?
My trade's actually looking pretty good, bro. We got a nice retest. I'm up 30 points at the moment. So
beautiful.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
We'll see if we can get a little bit more. NVIDIA looks like we are.
Are you looking for new low of day?
Yeah, new low of day. Yeah. So it'll be like 700s on YM.
Yeah.
But we are coming low on all of the indexes, and NVIDIA is starting to drop off quite heavily. NVIDIA down 2.15% right now.
Yeah, I mean, this is where you have to. So for anyone watching, Mondays are typically extremely bullish across the ES, NQ. I haven't checked. I don't know what the data is for, or at least in this market environment, they're very bullish. But if you're not taking context into consideration, like we're 2 or 3 days from New Year's, like it's the holidays, volume is going to be lower, like things are going to be different, like fully, just full stop, things are going to be different. And you need to be aware of that. And in this case, like the continuation to the top side, like I would have expected it, but I'm also expecting something different to happen. Like I'm expecting some, not like shenanigans, but like I'm expecting like a different price action, different market environment, because we're in the holidays. Like we're in this period of holidays, honestly.
And Tesla's also trading lower. So I'm not trying to fight the momentum. I'm not expecting stocks to just bounce here. I mean, there's no news coming out. I'm playing the statistics. Yeah. So we got Tuesday. Yeah. Monday, no news. Tuesday, there's FOMC meeting minutes. So no actual data being released. And then Wednesday there's unemployment claims in the US, but there's a bank holiday in Europe. And then January 1st. And this is going to be today and Tuesday will be my only trading days of the week, bro. Personally, for me, because I mean, we have bank holidays in literally Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday across. Maybe not the States is just a bank holiday on the Thursday, on the 1st, but you got bank holidays in Japan, Aussie, New Zealand, Europe, the rest of the week. You know.
Yeah, I definitely will not be trading at those. I'm not taking a trade, honestly.
Well, there's no need to, bro. As I mentioned, like I think you just got to punch smart. Sometimes trading is not always about, trying to be aggressive. There's no need being aggressive every single day you come to the desk. You got to play smart.
I agree.
But yeah, I would expect some further downside momentum here. I mean, we got stocks. All of the Mag 7 are red except Apple trying to hold up. And then across the board as well, got Palantir down, AMD's down 1% and a bit. Try to pop on the open. AMD actually tried to pop on the open, and now we're trading back down lower. So yeah, we're not looking bullish, that's for sure. Yeah, it's good to know when not to trade. Exactly that. Yeah.
There's also, so James, I'm going to pull up your screen one sec.
Yeah.
And I just want to do something quick. I just want to show you guys.
Yeah. So what I was saying, like, yeah, look how often, like what I was saying, I like the shorts coming to today. Look at this, how we pop on the open and then straight back down. Also something to keep in mind is that we are trading at, this is a nice follow through candle, by the way, on my trade.
Yeah, beautiful.
Look how we are trading at all-time highs on, this is the daily time frame on all of 3 of the indexes. So not unusual to see like a move back lower to maybe end the year. Just, you know,
yeah,
Nasdaq looks like it wants to come down too. But this is what I was saying. Like, look at Tesla. Tesla does not look bullish at all. Like Tesla trading underneath opening range low, underneath VWAPs, same as NVDA too. So if NVIDIA pops for a new low, we'll definitely get the NASDAQ and that coming lower as well.
For sure. Let me pull up my screen quick.
Yeah.
So this is designed for the what's in play. Do you guys think that it would be good to add in the bias bar? I'm curious what you guys think. So what this would do, the same way that we have for the screener, it will be different. But the same way that we have this bias bar for the screener, which is not set up yet because it's not 10:30, would you guys want the bias bar for the what's in play? So right now, if I pull up the what's in play right here, we don't have it, right? Obviously, there's just nothing on top. But you can see that there's like a mixed bag here. So short, long, short, whatever else. Would you guys want, a bias bar? Okay. So please, guys, let me know if you'd want us to include that. I'm happy to do it if you guys think it would be useful. I personally think it should be in there. I'm just curious what everyone else thinks. And ES is about to make new low of day. NQ holding up a little bit better, but what in the world is going on with gold? Let's see. By the way, I don't know if you guys saw that. I don't know how many of you were in here before the market opened, but something kind of crazy that I found. Just for a second, I'm gonna pull this up one more time just because it is absolutely insane.
Yeah, here comes NVIDIA cracking for a new low of day. So that should send my trade lower.
So just one thing, if you look at the last 5 years, silver has actually outperformed gold. If you look at the last year, silver has outperformed. Look at year to date, it's outperformed. 6 months, it's outperformed. 3 months, outperformed. Like, I didn't realize that silver is actually has some crazy performance. If you go pretty much almost any look back period going to, maybe not. Yeah, almost like any look back period going to 2010, it has outperformed, which is absolutely insane. I would have never thought that. And obviously a lot of the returns are coming from this move that's more recent, but I just want to show you guys that because it's absolutely nuts.
Okay, I'm going to take off 70% of my position right here. So I'm up 60 points on YM. Sorry, Andre, just to steal the screen back.
Good.
Yeah, so as mentioned, we traded. So there's 2 components to this. We traded underneath the previous day's lows and underneath the opening range low as well. So the data with edgeful tells me that I want to be looking for shorts. Get that pullback, and I'm in, and now trading for a new low of day. So that's my trade on YM. just a simple break and retest of the opening range low. It's kind of like my go-to play. But because we are towards the end of the year, I'm not going to be expecting us to move 500 points. Hey, if it does, no one knows what's going to happen next. I'll maybe have a runner on. So I'm going to take 70% off of here.
Yeah,
on that.
That's great trade.
There.
So, yeah, and ES just made new low of day.
Yep. Let's just get the timestamp here. Be professional. Get the timestamp.
Exactly.
I've got the local recordings turned on, so yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I was actually stressing, bro, because I like see when we set it up this way now, it automatically picks up that our default settings is normally on for the local recording compared to the other, with the reusable stream, it wasn't.
Yeah. So. Okay, good. As long as we have it.
Yeah. So anyone able to catch any of the shorts, doesn't have to be on YM, but I personally like trading YM. I was actually looking at my stats from this year on my personal account. YM is actually my best performing ticker out of everything. It's YM.
Really?
Yeah, it's YM, then NQ, and then actually Tesla, and then the S&P 500.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I cannot believe that you trade YM.
I know.
I don't know anyone who trades YM.
One of the guys who I do think is a great trader. I don't know if anyone of you follow him. His name's Tanner. We're going to see him in. By the way, got my US visa applications in yesterday, bro. So
amazing.
Hopefully, you guys accept me. You accept the skunks from Africa.
We will.
The lady, so the lady says, well, you have to give, because South Africans, for the visa applications, you have to give all your social media handles now. Do you know that? Like
what?
Yeah, every single one of your social media handles. Like I had to name like my Twitter, Instagram, and my YouTube, and then they'll go and like they could go through and look at what I've been tweeting. Obviously, I'm assuming for like threats and stuff like that. I'm assuming, but it's pretty crazy.
Wow, bro. I did not know that. That is crazy.
But obviously, I was waiting for that Hungarian passport to come, but it's just going to be too fun with the timing because I'll get a free, with that Hungarian passport, I could get like an ESTA visa where you just apply the night before. But it's going to cut to too fun. So I've just been like, dude, it's pretty expensive to pay for the visas. It's like $2,000, bro, for all three of us.
Yeah. That's crazy. I did not realize it was.
Yeah, but they will give you a 10-year visa, but it's not like you guys in America sometimes you don't realize how blessed you are. Like you can just I want to go to the UK. Perfect. I'll hop on a flight end of the week. We can't.
Yeah, I know. I it's like not even something that crosses my mind, honestly.
I know, dude. And it's like if I want to plan like an America trip, I'll probably have to do my visa at least 3 months in advance because you want to give it like a month and a half to 2 months to get the visa approved, and you have to go for an in-person interview or whatever. But
do you?
We'll have to go for an in-person interview. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that Hungarian visa coming through because that will get us anywhere into the EU and then obviously also the States via a visa just the day before, which is obviously great.
Well, hopefully you get accepted.
Yeah. No, but yeah, I'm looking forward to checking everyone there. But yeah, that's the trade on YM. Anyone take any of those shorts with me? I see in Nasdaq's now breaking for a new low of day.
Yeah.
Back at 680.
Pretty.
Well,
choppy.
I'm sorry you feel that way, TJ. I hope that you can watch our streams in more depth and get the value that everyone else has seen.
Yeah, just so you know, this is not like the best environment to be trading in, so there isn't really too much exciting stuff going on.
Well, I still took a trade and explained it too. So
yeah. Also, pretty choppy moves here. Like the move has been pretty clean to the downside, but there's been like a pretty sizable wicks on each of these candles. So a lot of back and forth, a lot of up and down, but the direction is clear, but there's definitely a lot of back and forth here.
Yeah, but also on what I was saying about NVIDIA breaking for new low of day and not looking particularly bullish, as well as TSLA, and now the whole Mag 7 now printing red. You don't want to be fading that momentum, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, NVIDIA close to a new low of day. Apple seems to be rolling over. Google's rolling. Tesla's like practically at low of day. NQ is about to make a low of day. Meta is just consolidating.
Yeah.
But
Excellent. Rage baiting in the chat there. That's funny, dude. But yeah, André and I every single Monday and Friday. And then again, if you aren't subscribed to the YouTube, make sure to hit the subscription. We got live streams actually every single day. We got André and I on Mondays and Fridays. We got Mr. Zinc Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then I got pre-market prep streams, which have been pretty valuable for the guys that do come and join and watch them live heading into the opens. That's always Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern time.
yeah. 8 a.m. Eastern time. Yeah, this price action has been pretty slow. Obviously expected. There's a ton of holidays here, but yeah, just chilling right now. We have 17 minutes until the IB opening candle. That screener is going to really kind of like come into light. And yeah, ES looks a little bit more bearish in terms of the candle formations here. Well, I actually just want to do this quick. So what I'm doing is I'm using this indicator and I'm going to plot a little bit more in terms of the candles, like just the last 5 candles, to get just a little bit of a higher level picture. And yeah, I don't need 5 4-hour candles actually. I'll do 3.
Yeah, I really like that screener, bro. I use it every single day with my trading. It's just such an easy way to be like, listen, the data is pointing this way. So that's ideally the position that I'd like to take. Of course, there's going to be days that, I think, bro, this is what I found. Like, even with the guys that have tried like the orb algos, that like I tried it for a month and I was like down or break even. I'm like, dude, it's been a month. Have you got like your settings? What do your settings look like and everything like that? And it's the same thing as like even discretional trading. There's no magic pill to trading, right? You have to, I've been doing this. This will be start now, January. You'll be start of my 9th year trading, right? I still feel that that's pretty early, bro. Like I look at some of the guys that have been trading, for 25, 30 years. And I'm like, that's where, they probably only started to make their big money. I mean, I'm still 27. Next year I'll be 28, bro. That's still young, in the grand scheme of things. So
yeah, what's crazy is that people think that I don't know where they get this mentality from, but they think that they're never going to have a red month again.
Yeah,
like that's the craziest part, because the moment that they have a red month, they're like, oh, everything is broken, like I need to try something else. And I'm like, where did you get that idea from? You don't think that like Bill Ackman, Ray Dalio, fucking like any of these guys have red months? Like of course they do. Of course they do. Like Bill Ackman lost like $3 billion. There's a famous podcast of him like going in depth into the story. And it's just like this total unrealistic like expectation of like, okay, once I'm profitable, that means that I make money every single week or every single month. And it's like, no, that's not how it works. There's ups and downs. And if you think that your account only goes up, like you're absolutely delusional.
Yeah. And there's going to, as I said, I think we were speaking about this earlier, there's going to be times where it's great to trade. And then there's going to be times where it's poor. Like personally for me, I started out the beginning of this year pretty badly, bro. I obviously had just had my son and I was getting used to like the new routine. I was trying to, something for me that messed me up was I was trying to trade London session on the DAX. And then I was also trying to trade New York session, bro. When I in about May, beginning of June, I moved over to just trading New York session, just on individual stock names and obviously the indexes. Completely
so much
flipped my
better.
trading. I made my whole year in the back half from June till December.
It's so much better, dude. Trading.
Yeah, I was struggling in the beginning of the year. Remember, we had that conversation. I was like, I want to start hitting those trading profits of 20 grand a month.
Yeah.
I was struggling in the beginning of the year. In fact, actually, I think 3 or 4 of my months were negative where I actually lost money at the beginning. And then I think the back half of the year, I had 4 20K months trading.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Dude, it's so, when you try to focus on too much, it makes it so much more difficult. Like I want to trade, like I know a lot of guys that trade. They're like, I'm going to trade options and I'm going to trade on all the Mag 7 names. And I also trade futures and I also sell options. And I trade crypto when it's in play. Like, I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like, I mean, if it works for you, great. But like the odds of it working is like just crazy. Like, it's just not, I mean, it's so hard to make that work because you're just so scatterbrained. And when you're so scatterbrained, like you just you can't make it happen. Like, it's just way too difficult.
That's why I've got obviously a few goals for next year and that, but I think also something that I'm going to be working on is being a lot more aggressive on like a personal account instead of putting a big, large lump sum. And this is something I started to do in a lot from like November, October, is instead of having a massive lump sum in an account, just keeping like 10K in an account and risking like $1,000 a trade, top 5.
And as long as so for anyone who's listening and was like, oh, that seems like pretty high risk, right? Like risking 10% of your account per trade. If you have more balance outside of your account that you're ready to deposit if you need to, and it's not crazy to do that, right? And the reason I say that is because 10% of your account is very high risk. Like if we let me pull up actually.
Yeah, you got the risk. Yeah,
I'm gonna pull up the risk calculator.
It is. Of course, but like we're gonna speak about it obviously, but like when you have more capital, you're like, okay, I'm going to be aggressive on this because the worst, if I have a completely crap trading week and I just tilt like every single day, the worst I'll lose is 10 grand.
Exactly. And that's really the key.
I've had times, bro, where it was, I've had a couple of times, but like 4 years ago where I had over 100 grand in a trading account. I hit my execution, the trade copy, I messed it up. I had the incorrect settings on and it lost a lot more than 1% risk of the trade. I think it was like 10%. It had 10 instead of 1. Obviously I clicked, clicked 10 instead of 1. And I came back to the desk. I'm like, oh my goodness, I've just lost like 20 grand. And I was, obviously it's a big one. Whereas like if that happens and you have little in your account, the worst you can do is lose, what you have in it.
Well, it's like not that big of a deal. So,
and with leverage, you can make the same amount on a 10 grand account that you could if you're trading lower risk on a 100 grand account.
Yeah, 100%. So really the important piece is that let's say you have 50K, theoretically, you have 50K that you want to have in your trading account. You put 10K into the active trading account, and now you can risk 10% of it because you still have your 50K account total, but you're risking $1,000 per trade. Knowing that if you were to tilt, if you were to lose it on a certain day, the most that you can lose is 10K. Because for you to transfer the money, like it takes 1 business day or whatever, it takes 2 business days to transfer the money. Like it's not an instant deposit, it's like a whole thing. Then your money is safe. It's like safer to do that, even though it's a more aggressive stand, like in terms of like the actual risk of actually blowing that account is high. But when you do that, you're protecting your capital from tilt. And like if it does come to the point where your 10K account goes to like 4, you can always deposit another 3,000 and bring it back up to 7, right? But just so you guys know, we do have a risk calculator that's built into Edgeful, and we also have one that's for free that's on that's like external. You don't need an account for it, but just type in Edgeful risk calculator online, it'll come up, or in your sidebar right over here. Let's say you have a 10K account, you're risking $1,000 per trade, you're risking 10% of your account. You can only take 10 consecutive losses until you blow the account. That's this part right here. The recommended risk per trade is 4%. We actually used to have this at 2, but everyone was like, oh, that's not realistic, I'm not doing that. So we increased it to 4. Because at least we'll give you like what's up?
No, I was going to say that's wild that you mentioned something that was interesting. You like it takes like 1 or 2 business days to do like the deposit into your account. Do you know how quick my deposits and withdrawals are with my personal brokerage?
2 months.
Instant, bro.
Really?
Instant. If I put in my card details into an account, I can do an instant withdrawal. I think it's up to like something crazy like $10,000 instant deposit.
Wow.
Yeah,
I know like Robinhood has that, but I think that like Tradeovate and NinjaTrader, I don't think they do that.
That's interesting. That's also probably one of the reasons why we can't trade with America, like Tradeovate and that, because it's based in the States. It'll probably take like a week or 2 to deposit, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, with my regulated CFD brokers that I use, literally instant. And then the withdrawals anywhere from a minute to a couple hours.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's definitely not the case for us. I mean, maybe if you do like Zelle or
I understand for like money laundering purposes and like you know, safety hazards and everything. So but it is interesting.
Yeah. But also like it's pretty rare. It's super rare that you're going to tilt hard enough to like go and deposit more money into your account. Like that's
no,
like that's the next level.
If I have to deposit more money, I know I'm
you've lost it. Like it's you gotta like but here risking 10% of the account, you can only obviously afford 10 consecutive losers. Now this part is actually really interesting over here. This is the probability of blowing your account based on different win rates. So I'm actually going to increase this to be 2,000 just so I can show you guys the example. But if you're risking $2,000 on a 10K account, you're risking 20% of your account, or you can only afford to take 5 consecutive losers. When you scroll down here, what you see is the probability of blowing your account. And by the way, there's a full explainer here right at the top of this page if you want to know like the full details. But probability of blowing your account based on different win rates. So right here, you can see the chance of 5 straight losses with a 40% win rate is 100% chance. Meaning that there is a 100% chance that you blow your account if your win rate is 40%. There's a 90, so here, chance of 5 straight losses with a 50% win rate is 95%. So there's, again, like practically a guarantee that you blow your account if you risk 20% of your account with a 50% win rate. Chance of 5 straight losses with a 60% win rate is 63%. So even here, with a 60% win rate, you still have a very high likelihood of blowing your account. Now, with a 70% win rate is the only time where it gets like kind of okay, because you have a 21% chance of taking 5 consecutive losses. So that's where you guys have to be careful in terms of the risk and the win rate and how that impacts each other. So this is the place that you're going to do it. We also have some FAQ down here, frequently asked questions. We should probably make this text a little bit smaller. Would not hurt to have that be a little bit smaller. But edgeful automation, can I get multiple strategy ID and test multiple strategies? So in your, we're actually going to have to change this FAQ most likely. But BX, just reach out to our support right here. We'll help you with all the details. You can actually automate to the same account. We just added that feature. Just reach out to our support right here and we'll like walk you through step by step exactly like what you need to do, but you can test multiple strategies at once. Again, I always recommend paper trading first, understand what's actually happening in terms of your, like, is the execution the way that you want? Is the strategy settings that you picked correct? Is the position size correct? Always, always, always paper trade first. Do not rush to trade with a live account, because if it doesn't execute the way you want, if you like fat fingered, like exactly what James said, if you fat finger the position size and it's 10x what you want, you can like blow your account like this. Yeah, always, yeah, of course, and always make sure to paper trade first, please. I'm only saying it to protect you guys. Like, I do it myself whenever I trade a new strategy. I always paper trade it first for multiple days. I want to make sure the stop losses are correct, the profit targets are correct, like everything works. Yes, it's annoying, especially if the paper trades are winners. That's like double annoying, but it is what it is. That's just like part of the deal. You're not going to catch every trade. Now, where's the HTF indicator? Don't see that in my trading view. We have not released it yet, but I will probably release it I don't know. Maybe I should just put it. And then Kowalski, I don't know if you're still here, but Kowalski was saying that it should be in the regular plan, and I kind of agree. So maybe I should just release this, and in the regular base plan, you guys can use it over the next. There he is. There he is. Yeah, maybe we'll release it, and then we'll go from there. And then I will. Give me a second. Let me actually just make a note to the. Yeah, Kowalski, if you have any thoughts, please reach out to our support, and please reach out to our support, and we'll build some of those out. So what I'm going to do is. So. Okay, Kowalski, you have convinced me. Okay, so it'll be, I just made a note at the ticket for the dev team to push it to the regular plan, the $49 plan, and you might not get an email when you get it for your trading view, but you will get emails when we. Yes, Seamus. You will get an email when we update them. So some of the things, for example, the ultimate reversal setup, if you guys go to NDX, sometimes it doesn't work because it's looking for the 1600, like the 4 p.m. candle. If it's not there, then it will not plot properly. So I actually have a fix for that. I'm going to be publishing the fix for that. Same thing with the gap fill 2.0. I'm not sure if you guys have actually seen this, but we have a gap fill 2.0 indicator.
Yeah, I did see that came on my trading view today.
Yeah, so what this does is it's like a much cleaner version of the gap fill. So pretty much it plots out where today opened, which is right over here, and then it plots out 25% gap fill, 50% gap fill, 75 and 100% gap fill. Right, 100% gap fill is always going to be the previous session's close. What? Hold on. What is going on here? Is it taking the daily close?
Yeah, we do have the RB setting now in the next minute. Actually, 10 seconds.
What did I do? God.
Dude, did you see that Anthony Joshua was in a car crash, bro?
What?
Yeah.
When?
Yeah. Boxing champion Anthony just came out now. Like, literally before stream, I was watching. Boxing champion Anthony Joshua survived a deadly car crash in Nigeria that killed 2 people. He was a passenger in a Lexus when he reportedly smashed into a truck. This is him being carried out of the vehicle, clearly in agony, but he's said to be okay. That's wild, dude.
Are you pulling up your screen?
Yeah. There you go.
Oh my God, that is horrible, dude.
Yeah. Wow. That is wild, dude. Crazy.
I hope he's okay. That is absolutely horrific, honestly. Oh, dude, I hate that.
Yeah. Life is quick, bro. Oof.
Yeah.
You're just pulling up the screen right now. We have had the initial balance set, so you can see that majority in favor of the bearish buy, 39%. But you can see pretty big neutral. What I like to see on this is where we are favoring more to one side, like over 50% for the one bias, right? We can see over here that yeah. Let's customize this. Yeah, 1 hour save. Yeah, a lot of the, like you can see, NVDA and TESS are the ones that are holding down. But we did have a gap down on a lot of the Mag 7 stocks, but then they pushed up on the open, which obviously that's what Nasdaq and ES did as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro.
I cannot believe Anthony Joshua. That is absolutely horrible.
Wow, dude. Oof. I'm still holding a piece of this YM shorts, just 30% of my original size. So we'll see if we can get anything more on this. But yeah, I'm glad I chose YM. Look at Nasdaq's still inside. This is also something that I must say in terms of why I also shorted YM, was that we look how on the Nasdaq we haven't had a 5-minute close below or above the opening range high and low. Okay, so that's another little tip that you guys can look at. We have had it on ES. But with the risk to reward ratio, just for me in terms of like the shorts, I just liked it on YM a little bit more. And that's where we've been speaking on streams about shorting the weaker index and buying the stronger index. So if you're looking for longs, you want to be buying the strong index, you want to be shorting the weak index, and that's why I took YM.
Yeah, that's the way to do it for sure. And okay, so I already made a note to fix the gap fill 2.0. Whatever update that I had done is not working nicely right now, or it broke something else pretty much. It was working on NDX, and now it's not working on NQ, which is annoying. But yeah, Mr. Zink, give me the IB low. IB by rejection.
Look at this, by the way, bro. I know you in Florida, so still pretty must be still relatively warm there. But look at this. We're on the beach this morning. Look at that, bro.
Oh, dude, that's beautiful.
Yeah. It's literally,
that is like beautiful, bro.
5-minute drive from where I live.
Is there anything in the water that's dangerous there?
Sharks.
Yeah, there are?
Sharks. No, big time. Yeah.
Oh.
That's why I'm taking the photo from on the shore, bro. No, bro.
Are you like able to go in the water there or no?
Yeah, look how many surfers there are. Look at that. Look how many surfers there are on the sea.
Oh,
there's plenty. Look at that. But like,
never do that.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of surfers. Like, look at that. There's one. Look at that guy on the surfboard. Is it great surfing in South Africa? I must say. But yeah, I like to. I'll maybe go waist high and then no more.
Yeah, I don't really mess around with sharks too much. I'm more than fine to go in the ocean. I love the ocean. But
no, there's Bruce. South Africa gets big great white sharks. Big.
That sounds absolutely terrible.
Yeah. I actually show you a video the other day, like near my hometown, so where I grew up. There was a bunch of surfers that were surfing, but about like 20 meters from them, there was a massive great white shark, and they were just having to lie on their board. They had gotten the signal that there was a shark, but there was a mess because the guy was on the mountain that could see into the ocean. There was a massive great white, like right there.
And then you're like, there's nothing you can do.
No, there's nothing you can do. You just have to pray and hope that they,
that they're not hungry.
I'd rather just swim in the ocean, keep my distance, and then do the oceans. I mean, there's a lot of like guys from like Joburg, which is like near the capital Pretoria of South Africa. It's landlocked, so they come down to the ocean. There was a guy that went to the ocean. Obviously, had a couple of beers. So he was 19 years old, and he ended up drowning, bro. Like they haven't found his body yet, so he obviously drowned. But the rip currents, they take you, bro. So interesting.
Yeah, for me, I'm happy to be on a boat, but I'm not interested in like, dude, the guys that they like, not do you know the show Deadliest Catch? Like,
yes, I do. Yeah,
like they go in like deep sea fishing pretty much, and like they get all that stuff, dude. I would never do that.
No.
I would never do that.
I've been fishing once on a boat like that. Did it got the t-shirt, so I'm done. I do have one request though when we come. Oh, I've got 2 requests. One, when I come to the States, we're going to meet up for dinner, edgeful dinner.
Of course.
I told Sabine to organize. And then the second one is I want an oversized edgeful t-shirt.
We'll do it for you. No worries.
To go with my cap.
Yeah, an oversized. I got you. We were thinking about, so many people ask for like the hats, the shirts, like.
Dude, it's so sick. Like I like oversized.
Yeah, me too.
T-shirts. They're just, yeah.
Yeah, I like them too. Maybe we should do that. Maybe we should like send gifts, like randomly, like send gifts to some users.
Yeah, 100%. It is pretty cool.
Yeah, we'll get that shirt made for you. Don't worry.
Randomly, sometimes I get stuff because on the estate that I live up, I'll get a call and say I need to come fetch from the delivery room. It's like a company sending, like a prop firm sending me a end of year gift, or like a a company like Edgeful or something like that. I'm like, oh, sick.
Yeah, and then it'll come 2-3 months late.
Yeah, well, bro, I know a couple of companies that have sent me stuff, and it's literally taking. I think one of them has taken literally 2.5 months so far.
Dude, that's crazy. So when you order stuff, like if you order something online, does it take like forever?
No, it's not fast like you guys, but if I order from an online store or something like that, you can expect it in like a week or 2, you know?
Wow. Dude, if something doesn't come in 2 business days here, everyone's
I know.
Furious.
I know. That Austin and them were like tuning me like, dude, I don't know how you deal with it. I'm like, yeah, like if I order from Amazon, it will take 10 days. 7 to 10 days.
Dude, if Amazon's not next day for me, I'm like, God, I'm like, this sucks. Like sometimes it's like, oh, it'll be there tonight, or it'll be there in 3 hours. Like, I don't even know how they do it. Yeah, Jeff Bezos spoiled everyone. But yeah, shipping is crazy. Maybe that's why UPS stock is down. I mean, I actually don't know why UPS stock is down so bad, because I would think that, dude, look at this chart. This is all-time UPS. Like, this is like one of the most
that's wild.
Famous, most used shipping companies.
Yeah.
Like, how is it down so bad? Like, how, like with e-commerce now, everyone shops online. Like, how is this not up like into all-time highs? FedEx is. Interesting. Yeah, it's just crazy. Yeah, FedEx at near all-time highs. UPS getting absolutely demolished. That's crazy. And FedEx has a nice dividend too, actually.
Yeah, I mean, markets also look at NQ, just not really doing much, bro.
It would be nice to get one of these, honestly. But I know that's the trade that Mr. Zink is taking right now, but I don't know. If it stalls out nicely here, it would be nice to take that trade. But because I haven't taken one yet, I'm not super interested in taking one now, especially that it's like the volume has died. But if we pull up the screener, I'm so excited for this new what's in play, like I can't even describe. It's just going to be so much better than the one that we have now. Yeah, see, this is a perfect example of like no confluence, no clear direction, 36, 23, 41. Like, that is not something that you want to be forcing trades for. Obviously, holiday season, there's like there's markets are closed, volume's gonna be lower, price action is gonna be a lot like choppier. So just be careful if you are trading. I do have a question for everyone that likes a screener. James, you can answer first. Would you want to be able to add more screeners? Like if there was a button here, like add another one, would you want to be able to do that?
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Like be able to add and remove some of these, like be able to pretty much do that. Because we were thinking about doing that where you can add as many as like up to 8, like over 8 will be a lot, but up to 8 and then be able to put in whatever you want.
Yeah, but I like that.
Maybe we're going to get this roll now. I really like this indicator, to be honest. Yeah, I really like this indicator. Maybe we can get it out today so you guys can use it. Make sure if you get wherever you guys are watching, please subscribe.
Yep.
Follow, whatever. And if anyone has anything that you guys would want us to cover, obviously let us know. This is a slower stream. This is a slower day. Obviously, New Year's is right around the corner. So if there's anything you guys want to cover, please let us know, like while we're here. We are going to wrap up in about 15 minutes here. There's really not much going on. Honestly, this has been a pretty good session, honestly, I think. And for anyone who is just joining or had just joined, the new What's in Play will be out soon. We just need to clean up some of the things in here. Let me just remove this. Dude, the Nikkei, you trade that?
I don't, but I've had like 4 trades on it this year. But I saw something with Japan interest rates this morning. I'm sure that was moving.
What's the ticker? Hold on.
NK. NK would be.
NK.
I use the CFD ticker, Japanese 225, but yeah. What's been happening? Let's have a look at that Japanese 225.
God, oh my God, this is terrible to trade.
It's not bad to trade in the Asian session. You do get some really, really big moves, like Asian or London. But again, like as I said,
but
like
dude, look at how do you trade that?
No, you can't see. But look at my chart. See, this is what we've actually had a guy that's in Australia. This is the guy we work with. In our private coaching, we work with quite a vast amount of traders from all over the world. This is the main thing that I've seen guys have trouble with in Australia is at the times. Like New York opens 1 a.m. in the morning, 1:30 in the morning their time. So he's been trying to get like the Asian session going, which is you can get some nice moves, but this is what the chart actually looks like. That it's just because there's no volume on the futures ticker. Like you're not going to get a lot of guys trading it, but this is actually what the chart does look like. So like you can get some nice moves in the Asian session. Like look at that gap up on Friday to start the week. I mean, to end the week was literally a 300 points gap up. I found some nice trades on it. Personally, for me though, if I'm going to dabble outside of the American markets, I'll look at the DAX. So that is FDAX ticker. This is the FDAX ticker over here. But you can see like very low volume in the Asian session. If I look at this is the CFD ticker, but you can see a lot easier to read sometimes because of the lower volume on it. But if I just go back to like another one that I like to trade is the SA40 index, which is the South African NASDAQ basically. This thing moves quite nicely. Something interesting to actually speak about as well is the Rand, bro. The South African Rand has been strengthening quite a lot, which is I'm not liking too much because then my payouts from my USD based accounts, like my prop firm payouts, gets smaller. But it has. Look at this, bro. The dollar has been so weak this year. Look at this, bro. Literally in April
is that
when the tariffs were on. Look at that. It was trading
Oh,
at
no,
1980. It's literally strengthened. The rand's actually going to have its best year to the dollar in 16 years. It's literally strengthened. Look at that, by 16%.
Dude, look at just
April.
put DXY in the ticker, just DXY.
Yeah, let's go like this. Normally I have it on my list. Yeah, DXY there, down there. Look at that. Yeah,
dude, look at that.
I know. To start the year, so basically, let's just go to 1st of Jan.
10% this year.
Yeah, so this is where we were trading at 2nd of Jan. It's down, 10%. Yeah, 10%.
Crazy, bro.
So it's not, guys have been asking me, why is the rand strengthening? It's not because the rand's doing phenomenal things. It's because the dollar index has just been so weak.
Yeah, and that's the it's like that tweet that you were talking about. Someone said something about like the Canadian index or something.
Yeah, dude. That was wild. He sells USD CAD and then says something's wrong with the Canadian. I'm like, dude, you just bought the Canadian dollar essentially and sold the United States dollar.
Yeah.
That was a funny one, bro. That tweet, just me reposting that, got like 50,000 views. It was quite crazy because it's funny, bro.
That's hilarious, actually.
You got it. Did you talk about the ultimate reversal setup? We also got some guy that said he can help you with the merch. Did you talk about the ultimate reversal setup that was in your Saturday email? We can talk about that
right now. So, what's interesting about the ultimate reversal? Well, first of all, you need to take this into context for today. I don't think anybody should be actually like actively trading right now, like heavily with like full size, because obviously it's the year end. I've said it 15 times. You need to be very careful if you are going to trade. But what we see here for the ultimate, perfect. Great. This was a wonderful example. All right. So the indicator that we have, just so you know, will always plot automatically your previous day's high, previous day's low, previous day, gap fill, and the midnight open. So right over here. Now, here, what I'm going to do is plot previous day's high, previous close, and I'll change the colors, don't worry. And where is that midnight open? Okay, so previous close is blue, previous high is red. All right. So what is the ultimate reversal setup? It is when, well, unfortunately, let's just pretend that this giant wick down here didn't happen just for the sake of this conversation. I mean, it worked either way, but just for the sake of the conversation, or for the explanation rather. When price opens, and you need to obviously pay attention to what the reports are saying, but if you go to the outside days on NQ in this market environment, what you see is that when price opens above yesterday's high, right, bullish outside day, open above yesterday's high, 68% of the time it will reverse back down. So what you want to do, and then I'll just go to a 3 months to see, is it strong, is it not? And just give it a second to load. But pretty much, what you can see, 60% still pretty strong. When price opens above yesterday's high, reversal back down, targeting this red line, right? So in this case, when you see price opening above, let's again ignore this wick here. There's going to be typically a little bit of a pop. You want to wait for that pop. You can use the buy spike reports to tell you how big the pops are going to be. Right over here, gap up. Just go to the video here because it's now. Just go to the gap fill by spike report. Go to the outside days by spike report. And scroll down to this video. It'll tell you exactly what you need to know. But pretty much, you wait for the pop, and then you take that short, targeting 1, 2, 3, right? Previous day's high, previous day's close, midnight open. That's going to be the thing that you want to, those are going to be your 3 targets. Those are going to be the bias that you can use. And in this case today, it did set up today, which I'll only clean up these drawings. But again, you have to be really careful with the context. And there's, hopefully zinc is in this trade right now.
Look at that. Yes, breaking now, opening range low again.
Yeah, hopefully zinc is in this trade. I don't know if you're still watching zinc, but hopefully you're in that trade because it's working out really nicely right now. But what you want to look for typically is, and this is very uncharacteristic of a Monday, to be honest, because Mondays are super bullish across like almost all the data. Gaps down will typically fill. Mondays will typically close green, at least in this environment. So if we go to the gap fill by weekday, you look at gaps down, right? It's only been twice. That's super important in the last 3 months. You go to the last 6 months. You can see 6 out of 6 times the gap down is filled, which means price will rise, right? So that's obviously very bullish. We go to green and red days by weekday. You're going to see Mondays, 61% of the time are going to close green. That is the equal to the highest. Wednesday's the other one. So again, Mondays are very bullish. This is where you actually want it. You want to target these levels. We almost got there, but again, this market environment is going to be a little bit different. So you want to make sure that you are careful. Honestly, I don't recommend trading right now. The volume will pick up really nicely in the first couple of weeks of January. So you don't need to be forcing anything right now. Like you want to make sure that you're don't ruin your December trying to trade this last few days because it's not necessary, to be honest. And as for the algos, how often should the algo be active per month? Every 3-4 days? It actually totally depends. So I'll just answer this quickly. The algos will execute as much or as little as the settings that you pick. So for example, you could have the orb algo execute every day. You could have the gap fill execute every day. I already built the outside days algo because the data is really strong around that too. I actually tweeted about it. I had tweeted about it over this last week. I built an outside days algo. I mean, also there's a couple more algos that we're going to build, and it depends really on the settings, right? So there are different environments where it will trigger more or less, and those, but you could definitely expect a minimum of 3 to 4 trades per week, honestly. Right now we have 6 algos. We have a few versions of the orb. We have an IB. We have a gap fill. We have an engulfing candles. And we'll be releasing 2 more we'll be releasing 2 more algos, one for the outside days and another one that I haven't spoken about yet.
Yeah.
But those will be out. And then we're going to be doing more variations of the existing ones. So the engulfing candles is like, it'll take a bunch of trades throughout the day. And what I want to do is improve that one too. So you can capture multiple profit targets and also like a protection. So you can move your stop to break even, just so you can capture these moves a little bit quicker and you don't have to worry about it going in your favor and pulling back, because it is definitely a scalping strategy. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of improvements that we're looking to build right now. We're also going to be redoing again for like James, you probably know, but how many times have we redone this interface? We're going to be redoing it again to improve it even more. We're also going to be building out edgeful AI too, like heavily soon.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, like right now, just so you guys know, it's not revolutionary. Yeah, it's not revolutionary. Basically. I'm not going to pretend that it is. Like, it is not revolutionary. We haven't really like spoken about it too much because of that. We just want to see how you guys use it, right? Are there questions? You can also treat this as like your regular AI too. Like, it's Claude, so it does, like, it's the Anthropic models. Like, it's super sophisticated, obviously, but you can treat this like any regular AI. You can't upload files yet, but obviously that's coming. But we just wanted to see how people use it. That's the most important thing. This is not going to be a game changer in its current form, but over the next 6 months, it is going to be, in my opinion, like completely. Any trader who, like, even if you're not interested in data, I think should be using it in the way that we're building it. So I just want to, if you guys have any ideas on what you would like it to be, please obviously let us know in the support here. But yeah, we have a really extensive roadmap on what we're going to build out for edgeful AI, and pretty much like any question that you have about like any question that you were to ask in like a reply on Twitter or like in a Discord, or like, hey, when was the last time Tesla opened above yesterday's high and closed below yesterday's low? You'll be able to just literally write into the AI instead of like asking people who have no idea what the answer is. And like, it'll actually give you the real answer. So yeah. But yeah.
Yeah. No, I think
we can.
Yeah, I think we can call it. Yeah, I wouldn't be shorting at these lows personally. Look at this, like NASDAQ now. Again, like this is just another tip for you guys. I know everyone trades differently, and I love looking, especially for traders that are making money. I love looking at how different people trade. Like I learned from André, he's making money trading. He trades the tighter stops, and look, like the trade that I took today was actually kind of like how André trades that pullback. You know, you get the pullback and you get at the level before the extension down. So I got it at a better price. But you're always taking from what other traders are doing. But just a thought process here today. Like, look how the NASDAQ hasn't broken through the opening range low yet. So, you know, you don't want to be shorting at the lows. You'd rather be shorting, if you were looking for shorts on the NASDAQ, like up here at the view app. So that black line is the daily overnight view app. That blue one is the New York session. So you could look for a short like that with maybe, I know it's bigger than 100 likes, but to stop at the opening range high, something like that. And you could be getting a good, 30, 60 points on that short off the highs there, which is pretty nice. So, you know, on days like this, so that's why I think a lot of traders do struggle. And this is, I'm speaking for myself as well, is that like you have days in market, or even times in the market where breakout trades are working and you're like, man, I can't miss. And then all of a sudden the market changes and you have to adapt. Like what was working last month is not going to be working this month. And that's something that, again, like I spoke about, only trading like the New York session compared to trading London, is like you have more focus and clarity. Sometimes less is more, you know, and I actually tweeted about it this morning about not giving back profits when, you know, your strategy is working against you, and you have to learn to adapt. It's how it is. But I think we can call it here in the next.
I think it's a good way to. That was a good way to end it.
Yeah. So we appreciate you guys being on. We'll be on again Friday. Again, maybe it will be the second on Friday. So maybe not too much trading. We had a nice trade on my YM shorts here this morning. So we'll see what presents. But again, like don't come in guns blazing into the new year. Take it easy. And we'll be live with you every single day on the edgeful YouTube. André and I Monday and Friday, and then Mr. Zink Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then my pre-market prep as well. So if you aren't subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button on YouTube or follow us on Twitter if you're watching there.
For sure.
And we'll see you guys in the new year.
All right.
Cheers, guys.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
Yeah. Cheers.